Picture this. It's late one spring eve. I'm trying to decide how I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes of my life. I'm looking for some book recommendations, entertainment, all packaged into one. But all the TBR videos that I'm seeing are same thing after same thing after same thing. Very monotonous. I'm about to give up. Call it quits. Call it a night and go to TikTok. When all of a sudden, something piques my interest. What pulled me in, you might ask? Oh, none other than Lexi, bowling for her summer TBR. And it was one of the dumbest videos I've ever seen. And I told myself, I gotta try that. I'm not a booktuber by any means. Obviously, the title of this video is something along the lines of mini golfing to choose my fall bucket list. But nevertheless, I have to try this. I need some silliness in my life. There's nothing like stealing someone else's content, but it's not stealing, because I'm crediting her. Okay. Alright, you silly cats, let's move on. Now, if you haven't seen Lexi's video, one, you should, but two, you might not know how this video is going to work because this sounds like such a strange idea, and yes, it is, but I still want to do it anyway. I have 18 holes, so I have 18 fall bucket list categories, and then under each category, I have 10 items. So depending on how many strokes it takes me to get my ball to go in the hole, that number will correlate with the list that I have. If I stroke one, if I have a hole in one, that will correlate with number one on my list for that category. You might be thinking, why are you taking this fall bucket list so seriously? There's a few different reasons. First reason, I perform best when I have goals. I like to work towards something, and I think it's easier when you just have like a small group of goals. Second reason, I want to love fall, and I feel like this is a year that is actually starting. I used to not love fall. Is this a safe space? I'm starting to love it now, but like even a year or two ago, I hated it. Like I tend to get more depressed when it gets darker a little bit earlier. When fall sets in, that's when I start feeling like, oh, winter's coming and I'm gonna be depressed. It's like I'm preemptively preparing for depression, even though it hasn't hit yet. At the end of fall, I wanna look back and say, I did all these cool things and I didn't just sit on my phone and dread the winter to come. Without further ado, let's go to the mini golf course. One thing that really blew me away was the amount of people at this mini golf course on like a Tuesday evening. We showed up and there were just hordes and hordes of people, like big groups too, like full families. I don't know what was up with the Tuesday night. I guess we are in Utah and people have 3,000 members in their family. First course, we're putting for watch a show, specifically a fall episode. And here are the items underneath that category. New Girl, Friends, Gilmore Girls, The Office, SpongeBob, Avatar, Zoe 101, Drake and Josh, iCarly, and Victorious. Not all of these shows are fall themed. Specifically Gilmore Girls, I feel like any episode you could watch can be associated with fall, but like SpongeBob, maybe it doesn't seem like it, but they have fall themed episodes. So I wanted to watch a fall themed episode of one of the shows that I just listed.
Oh, please, 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 please. Oh. Yay, for Gilmore Girls.
No! I was a little bit disappointed that I did not get Gilmore Girls, especially because I was one putt off, but I still do like The Office. I only just really related to it between the ages of probably 18 and 20, but I will be watching the wolf.com episode because I feel like there are some Thanksgiving fall undertones there. Yay! I'm trying to be excited, but it's kind of like, oh, whatever. It was around this time at the course that I started really second guessing my putting abilities. I was already feeling nervous for category number 2, which is watch a movie. Also very simple, but this can be really fun. Setting the vibes, watching something that brings you joy, that makes you feel cozy, getting hot cocoa and just snuggling up, you know? The items on the watch a movie category are Coraline, Hocus Pocus, The Long Walk, The Nightmare Before Christmas, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, Paddington, About Time, When Harry Met Sally, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and Little Women. You
gotta take a stroke.
No, I don't. It
Yes,
broke.
because you put it on the green. You gotta take a stroke. So that's 2.
Dude, whose side are you on? I was actually really happy with this one. I wanted to see The Long Walk, but after I putted It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, I was like, honestly, that's more my style. I kind of have an obsession with getting my nails done, so probably when I watch that movie, I want to get like Snoopy themed nails. Like I'm already envisioning this whole like production going down, and I'm stoked. Okay, we're already off to a great start. I fear. The read a book category for hole number 3 was a little all over the place. You'll see. So the items under read a book are The Hounding, Under the Whispering Door, The Traveling Cat Chronicles, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, Throne of Glass series, yes, I said series, the whole thing, Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, Remarkably Bright Creatures, The Book of Mormon, yeah, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and last, Pride and Prejudice. Going into this, it was kind of a whirlwind of like, I don't even know what I want to end up with, because I do really want to read the Throne of Glass series. I just thought that would be a lot to tackle. One that I was really hoping that I would miss was Remarkably Bright Creatures. You're probably wondering why the Book of Mormon was on this list. Like I said, most of the items are things that I'd want to do. Some of them are not. This is one of the ones under I would not really want to do that. I just think it would be funny. So I thought, I'm an ex-Mormon. Wouldn't that just be funny to pick that book up again and read it cover to cover? I got it in 5. I don't know how I feel about what I put in here, to be honest, on this whole. Because I put Throne of Glass series on, but the likelihood of me getting it in 5, I thought was pretty low. On the one hand, I'm excited because I feel like I've been putting it off forever because it's so many books. But on the other hand, it's so many books. Damn! Kind of daunting, but I also want to try the challenge where I read them as fast as possible. And not because I need to prove anything or I want to read 10 books a month moving forward, but because I think that will immerse me in the story more, that the whole arc will be very cohesive if I read it very close together. No spoilers! Don't even get me started. I don't want to know. It's one of my biggest pet peeves when people ruin books. If I see a comment of someone saying something's happened, I'm gonna find you. I'm not super excited about this category because I do get frightened easily. But my husband really wanted me to watch him play a game, and I thought, okay, well, I guess if it's a spooky game, it fits the theme of fall, so whatever. And these are the games that he came up with. I hate my life. Dead Space, Alien Isolation, Silent Hill 2, Telltale's The Walking Dead, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8, Outlast, Outlast 2, Infliction, and Visage. I have never heard of any of these games. I think I've heard of Silent Hill, but I haven't heard of any of the other ones, so honestly this section will be really short because I don't know what I'm getting myself into, and I don't want spoilers. I got it in 2. So I feel really good about Alien Isolation because I just found this Reddit thread about the game, and I'm gonna share a little bit of it with you. It's probably the most tense, edge of chair, terrifying game I have ever played. My heart was racing nonstop the entire time through, and I've been a long fan of horror and survival horror games, but nothing comes close to Alien in my opinion. It's terrifying and absolutely amazing. If you're into it and looking for a thrill, please play the hardest difficulty from the go. It's an amazing experience. So I'm not looking forward to that. Next! Luckily, we have some cozier things on the horizon. Hole number 5 is for have a date night in. The items under this category are do a puzzle, have an at-home spa, make a hot cocoa bar, watch a movie in a fort, have a candlelight dinner, have a picnic dinner, make a Lego set, play Mario Party, play board games, and eat a mukbang dinner. I didn't know how to phrase this, but I'm specifically talking about the game where you have your phone and you like hold down each finger and then it chooses who wins, and then you choose like drinks, appetizers. That's what I was envisioning for that, just so you know. This is gonna be a nuts hot cocoa bar. I'm not talking about like, oh, just get the mix and pour it. No. We're gonna get the heaviest whole fat milk that you can think of, pour it over the stove, mix it up, put the cocoa in, the sugar in, and just keep mixing it up. Have it super hot, whipped cream on top of the hot cocoa. This is gonna be like a whole experience, and I'm probably gonna pair that with watch a movie or watch a fall episode because 2 things are better than 1, especially when they're both this simple. The next 2 holes are for make a craft. I'm doubling up on some of the categories, and this is just one that I thought I would enjoy doing twice. So here are the items for the next 2 holes. Punch needle, scrapbook spread, paint a doormat, build a Lego set, make a candle, make a stamped tea towel, paint a tote bag, make a clay jewelry tray, make a fridge magnet, and paint a mug. Did you just throw up? Did you just throw up at putt-putt? Wait, stop filming. Did you just throw up? I'm gonna get us in 1. Hole in 1! Hello, it's me editing in the future, and I just realized I didn't talk about punch needle at all. I got a hole in 1, which is for punch needle. Didn't talk about it. So we're talking about it right now. Does that count? That's what I'm doing. Okay, bye. really excited to paint a tote bag because I don't really consider myself a crafty person, but the more that I craft, the more I realize I can just let go and it doesn't matter. Like I can make something ugly as ass and it like no one cares, it doesn't matter. And then my plan is to use it to, you know, put a book in, my laptop, go to a coffee shop over a weekend and just like pull up my tote bag and hopefully someone's like, where'd you get that? I'm like, oh, yeah, I made it. Holes 8 and 9 are also repeats, therefore perfect a treat. Because the first time you make something, there's so many things that can happen. And so I want to perfect a treat so I could bring to like a Friendsgiving or an event or to work and have people say, this is really good. Because the first time you make something, it's usually not that great and you have to fine tune it and practice. So I will be making and perfecting caramel apples and apple pie. I was hoping I would get something pumpkin themed, but that's okay. Caramel apples maybe sound very easy, but I do want to make my own caramel. For pie, crust is something that is extremely hard for me, so I think giving myself a bunch of chances to try to do it over and over will not only help with the apple pie this year, but other pies moving forward. Hole number 10 is for decorate a pumpkin, and the items under that category are carve a pumpkin, paint a pumpkin, hodgepodge flowers on a pumpkin, fairy house pumpkin. That maybe sounds weird, but like here are some images where you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. I've seen it on Pinterest and Instagram. Go to a pumpkin patch, make pumpkin soup, bake pumpkin seeds, make a pumpkin centerpiece, make an offer to buy a patch. And then 10 is no pumpkins for you because I was really running out of ideas at this point. There's only so many things you could do with pumpkins. Also buy a patch. I'm not actually gonna buy it if I put that, but I will have to, you know, publicly humiliate myself and go to different patches and offer to buy them. 2. I got paint a pumpkin, which I'm actually excited about. I kind of wanted to do the fairy house or hodgepodge flowers, but that kind of sounds difficult. And painting, you can like kind of mess around with it. I think this one will be fun, simple, nostalgic, like very classic. Hole number 11 is create an outfit, and here are the items. Buy pajamas, find an apple picking outfit, find an oversized sweater, recreate my favorite Rory Gilmore outfit, thrift an outfit for under $20, buy new boots, go on a shopping spree, buy my husband a new outfit, make a wardrobe time capsule, and recreate a Pinterest outfit. Honestly, these all go so hard. Like, I'm excited for each and every one. And I did come out on top. This was the one that I really, really wanted that I didn't think I was gonna put. Recreate my favorite Rory Gilmore outfit. Oh my lord. There she goes, there she goes, there she goes again. I'm thinking of the first episode when she's in that big oversized sweater and her hair is kind of like blown out and voluminous, but it's still straight. I think that's the one that I'm gonna recreate. I actually just recently restarted Gilmore Girls on the first day of fall, but as I go along, if I find a different outfit that I realize, okay, I like that one more, I will switch it. But as of right now, it's that big oversized white beigey sweater with the, you know, just the classic pants and then like the blowout hair. I think is really cute. Now for hole number 12, the category is watch or play football. We could be getting down and dirty or just sitting on the couch. Here are the items underneath that category. Tailgate, go to an Alabama game, go to a Utes game, host a watch party, buy a jersey, play flag football, watch a game in a sports bar, go to a local high school game and boo, play tackle football, go to a BYU game. I think this category had the most gaggy items, like me on the O-line, sacking. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I just thought that would be so funny, like getting people together that don't really know each other. And I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna start tackling each other. Just kidding, don't play football with your pregnant friends and make them quarterback and tell people to sack them. Anyway, I really didn't want to land on go to a high school game and boo. Because one, going to a high school game, that would just be weird anyway. I don't know any kids at a high school near here. But then like booing for the team at the high school that I'm at, I think would just be publicly humiliating, and I'd probably end up on TikTok somewhere. 3. I did land on a Utes game, so I do need to find a cheap game to go to. I think it might be Kyle Whittingham's. If you don't know, it's our head coach. His last season, just based on how he looks, that man looks like he hates his life every time the camera pans to him. I don't know what else to say. I'm like, we're gonna go to a football game. It'll be really fun though. Like, I love the vibes. I love screaming at the top of my lungs. I love fighting with people who are sitting in my seat, you know, overpriced food. It's all those things that really make America, America. Hole number 13 is get spooked. Funnily enough, I know I said I didn't like horror movies. I do really like haunted houses. I don't know what it is. It just feels less real, even though I'm like actually there in person and walking around. It's just because like, you know, under whatever mask, it's like a teenager who's 16 years old, has acne, finished some pre-calculus homework an hour ago, and now is clocking into their job. Here are all the items under that category. Nightmare on 13th, Fear Factory, Castle of Chaos, Chloe Escape Room, Escape on 13th, Night Stalkers, The Haunted Basin, Zombie Panic Escape Room, The Strangling Brothers, and The Conjuring in theaters. So every single one of these is like an escape room that's scary or a haunted house, except for the last one, which is The Conjuring. I do not like horror movies, like I said, especially demonic stuff. Like, I don't know what it is. It just really freaks me out. So, of course, I had to put it on the list. And if fate decides that I should go see this movie, then I will. Also, if you have not heard of Chloe, the escape room, it was the scariest escape room I've ever done. I've actually done this one before. We did not get out. It was like a 5% pass rate or something like that, which I think is kind of ridiculous. The reason it is so scary is because you're actually trying to do something, and at the same time, you're being bombarded with this child ghost that's really creepy. They cut the lights. You can't see anything. You can hear like screaming, pounding on the walls. Like, it was terrifying. So of course I had to add it to my list as well.
2.
I did land on Fear Factory. I actually really do like Fear Factory. I feel like it's long enough that it's worth it. I'm excited to like get a group together because the more people I feel like you have at a haunted house, the more fun it is. I don't know how much I can record there. I might have to secretly record. Don't tell them that I said that. Back to the cozy items for holes 14 and 15 are go on a group date. These are pretty similar to a date night in, but just more targeted for a group of people. So here are the items for those next 2 holes. Start a bonfire, host a themed movie night, host a DIY pizza night, go to the orchestra, have a bake-off, go apple picking, host Friendsgiving, play Mario Party, go to a farmer's market, and host a game night. Honestly, so many of these items are like colliding so well together because I just got apple pie on one of the perfected treat sections, and then we're doing a bake off. I want it to be an ego thing. You might be thinking, this chick is crazy. She's going way too psycho about a bake off. No, I think it'll be fun, but I also want to destroy them. Perfect the treat before the bake off, destroy them after. And then for hole number 15, for the second group date, a themed movie night. So what I think we're gonna do is have people over and watch Coraline because that movie is jam-packed with food. I just need to like cook before and get treats that coincide with like what the characters are eating in the movie. I'm really excited for that. Hole number 16 is hike. In all these hikes, I haven't heard of most of them. I just asked people for their advice. I wrote down the hikes that they said. So here are the items under the hike category. Secret Lake, Twin Lake and Lake Solitude, Donut Falls, Silver Lake, The Living Room, City Creek, Jordan River Parkway, Squaw Peak, Great Western Trail, and Bonneville Shoreline. The one that I do not want to end up with is Squaw Peak. 1, Squaw Peak is just such a meme in and of itself here in Utah anyway, and 2, I just think I would die. I will be hiking Silver Lake and Lake Solitude Twin Lake Loop. It's a 4-mile length, 994 feet elevation gain. That's not too bad. And then it's around 2 to 2.5 hours. Now, hole 17 and 18 are both for give. And here are the items under that category. Donate to a homeless shelter, donate to the animal shelter, donate clothes, donate books, volunteer locally, pay it forward at dinner, make a boo basket for someone, donate a meal for Thanksgiving, volunteer at a nursing home, and volunteer at the hospital. I just want to take a second and let you guys know like how good of a person I am. If I end up on donate to the homeless, I am going to hire a film crew and shove that camera in everyone's faces and say thank you, what did I give you, what did I give you? I just gave you food, you can't have it until you dance, monkey, dance. Obviously, I'm kidding. I think Thanksgiving in the fall time is a really good time to donate, especially because it starts getting colder, people need coats, people need food. Obviously, they need food year round, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of times it is harder around this time of year when the holidays are coming up. But if I do land on a category that has anything to do with people, I will not be showing the people. I'll just be showing me gathering supplies and dropping it off. I'm just being very straightforward with that. I don't think it's ethical to, shove cameras in people's faces when you're donating to show how good of a person you are. Yes, I am adding people, and I don't care. Hole 17 was pretty straightforward. I will be donating to an animal shelter. I'm really excited about that. However, for the last hole, it was really weird because it wasn't even a course. I kind of forgot about that. It was just like you hit your ball back so they can collect it. So I just counted that as 1 so I can donate to a homeless shelter. I think this will be a really, really fun season. I had a great time. Thanks for hanging out with me. I mean, I know you're probably talking right now, like, this chick is so, just hot and funny and I love her clothes and her room. Just like it looks like it smells nice. Like I know that's probably what you're thinking, and I say thank you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.